Hi, I'm Marci Degman, the Aspiring Gardener. Today we're going to talk about growing Lavandula Angustifolia. Now that is English lavender. It's your basic lavender that most of the common lavenders have been bred from. The thing you have to remember when you choose any English lavender, unless it tells you otherwise that it's a dwarf or a smaller plant, it's a large lavender. And it's one of the ones that's going to get large and woody over time. So there's some things to think about. You need to give it space. You can see this one probably needs a space of 3 feet by 3 feet so that it has some circulation around it. Now I haven't done a whole lot of pruning, but every year I do some shaping. But if you want to keep it about this size, you'll have to do some each year and just kind of keep it compact, because it'll want to get really woody underneath and really large. Over time, sometimes they will anyway. And there's not a lot you can do about the woody underneath part. You may just have to replant. So that's just the nature of the plant. But at least if you know it's a larger one to begin with, you can plan for it. Now, as you can see, it has a real bluish foliage, which is really nice. And also really long spikes. That's really typical of English lavender. So you want to give it another foot for the height of the spikes when they come out. Now the other thing you want to remember is that English lavender does not like a lot of fertilizer, does not like a lot of water, needs good drained soil, and a lot of sun exposure. Now if you meet those requirements, the lavender oil in the flowers and in the foliage will be stronger and the smell will be much nicer. So I'm going to kind of go through and show you how you would prune at the end of the season. Now this is just blooming, so I wouldn't do this until all the blooms were done for the year. But when you do, in order to kind of keep the shape of your plant, you want to go back to where the woody part of the plant begins. So I would want to go in and I would have cut it right about there. So you're going to take off part of the foliage and down to the really heavy wood. Now if you do that every year, you'll keep your plant at least a little more compact. But you can't expect this lavender to be really small. If you want a small lavender, get a dwarf lavender like Hidcote or a spike lavender that doesn't have a lot of shrub to it. And then you'll be a lot happier. But for Lavandula Angustifolia, take care of it each year, give it good sun exposure, good draining soil, no fertilizer, no water, and you'll have a nice healthy shrub.